Welcome to the Sylvester Stallone movie review. Let's jump right into it. We'll go into the 70s first. Stallone was a megastar at this time. I mean megastar. Anything after 76, after Rocky, paparazzi was chasing. International superstar. His first big break was in the 1971 Woody Allen movie Bananas. Then, in 1974, he co-starred alongside Henry Winkler in The Lords of Flatbush, slightly bigger role. But we all know his first real big break was Rocky. We all know the story here. He wrote it, he starred in it, he lobbied to get it made. It won Best Picture, the Oscar in 1976. Still on many lists as one of the best movies ever made. A true love story between him and Adrian, and a great one. Then, in 1978, he had made his directorial debut in Paradise Alley. Also in 1978, he did a movie with Brian Dennehy called Fist, which is also not too bad. Then in 1979, good way to close out the decade, a sequel smash to his Rocky. Rocky wins the title, he marries Adrian, it's one of the greatest movies ever. Check it out. Now into the 80s, the true Stallone glory years. 1981, Michael Caine stars with him in Victory. He's still a soccer fan because of this movie, folks. Then, also in 81, he starred alongside Billy D. Williams in the movie Nighthawks. It's actually a pretty good movie for you, those of you who haven't seen it. It's got some good stuff. But 1982 is where it all started for this pop culture phenomenon named Rambo. Yes, this is one of the best movies ever. Again, reteaming with Brian Dennehy. This movie I can't say enough about. Then in 1983, he wrote, directed, produced, and even had a cameo in the Saturday Night Fever sequel, Staying Alive. Also in 1983, Rocky III. Huge smash successful movie. One of the best in the series, by far. No doubt started the careers of Mr. T, Hulk Hogan. I mean, it's just a great movie. Again, can't say enough about it. 1984 is a little different story. Arnold Schwarzenegger had The Terminator out in this year, and Stallone decided to sing with Dolly Parton. Need I say more? But 1985 was quite a bounce-back year. You had Rambo, First Blood Part 2, easily my favorite Rambo of all of them. I just love this movie. It's got everything. Tons of action, tons of awesome sequences. The Russians played wicked bad guys. I mean, everybody was just awesome in this movie. I've rewatched it 1,000 times. So good. Also in 1985 was a wicked year because Rocky IV was probably my favorite Rocky movie. It's got a ton of montages. Apollo dies in the ring. I mean, it's just awesome. The music, the fight sequences, Ivan Drago, all the catchphrases. 1986, ultra-violent movie Cobra, but ultra good. Love this flick too. Seen it a ton of times. It's great. He also put his then-wife Brigitte Nielsen from Rocky IV in this pick too. So. Then 1987, Over the Top. A lot of people bash this movie because it's kind of like an arm wrestling movie where he's a truck driver trying to get his son or whatever. Personally, you know, I was entertained by this movie. I like it. It's not his greatest movie, but it's good. 1988, Rambo 3, Rambo in Afghanistan. From the moment this movie started with the stick fighting scene, it didn't disappoint. This movie's just like all the other Rambos. Good action movie. Gotta love Rambo. Then 1989, Tango and Cash. A lot of funny lines in this movie. Kurt Russell, Terry Hatcher, Jack Palance. I mean, a lot of good stars, a lot of good action, a lot of good laughs. I enjoyed this movie a lot. Then also in 1989, closing out the decade with Lock Up. Personally, I love this movie. I absolutely love it. It's got some really good dramatic scenes too for Stallone. People, you know, it's obviously no Shawshank Redemption, but if you're a Stallone fan, or even if you're not, this is a good movie. You gotta check this one out. Now let's take a look into the 90s. They didn't start off so well for Sly. First of all, in 1990, we had Rocky V. Thought for a long time to be the worst ending to one of the best franchises, and easily the least popular in the series to this day. Still Rocky. I like the street fight at the end, but it's my least favorite. Then in 91, he tried switching it up to comedy. Oscar wasn't too good in 91. Gotta say, I didn't like that too much. 92, he tried it again. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot at least was enjoyable to me a bit. You know, it had some laughs. Estelle Getty from Golden Girls, you know. But people just wanted to see him blow stuff up. They didn't buy him in comic. Then 93 was his big action comeback. This totally revitalized his career. Director Rennie Harlan of Die Hard 2, Die Harder. John Lithgow played a wicked bad guy. You should see this movie just for the scenery. I mean, it's still considered today as one of the best action movies of all time. 93 was also a wicked year because he did Demolition Man in the same year. I love this movie. This is one of my all-time favorite Stallone movies. It's awesome. It's got tons of action, a lot of good laughs. Rob Schneider, Sandra Bullock, Benjamin Bratt, tons of great supporting cast. I love the whole futuristic theme too. You know, like a lot of that is cool. And of course, you know, Wesley Snipes' awesome haircut was worth watching that movie for. Look at that, folks. That's quite a blonde cut he's sporting there. But still, a lot of wicked action. Then 94, The Specialist. Ooh, this movie's got way too many big stars to rattle off here. I like Derek Roberts and James Woods in particular in this movie. A lot of good action. Again, Stallone plays a bomb specialist. What's better than that? People want to see Sly blow shit up. And, you know, Sharon Stone back when she was looking good. The infamous shower scene, what more can you say? 95, now Judge Dredd was kind of a commercial flop in North America. I believe that's based on the fact that it was on off a British comic book, which we didn't really know much about Judge Dredd. But personally, again with Rob Schneider, I still found a lot of comedic elements, good action. Apparently he had a gun he could talk back to him or whatever to load. Some cool stuff though, the flying bike. I mean, we got Terminator, like rip-off RoboCop stuff. There's Diane Lane. She's a big star now. Okay, 95 was also the year of Assassins. Much better movie, much better director. Antonio was pretty hot off Desperado still. Julianne Moore pretty much put her on the map. I mean, you got two hitmen going toe-to-toe, head-to-head. What more do you want? That's awesome. Sniping movie. Daylight, 1996, as you can see by the poster. This Rob Cohen film started Viggo Mortensen, believe it or not. He's in it with a pretty big role. This movie made me feel trapped all the way through. There was always insurmountable odds to overcome. And I mean, the stunt sequences, like for that fan, for example, it's just a great, great entertaining movie, like Poseidon Adventure. Copland. He put on a ton of weight purposely for this role, but easily the most critically acclaimed role. Look at that poster. You got Ray Liotta, Robert De Niro, Harvey Keitel. Need I say more? Ants, okay, Dan Aykroyd, Gene Hackman, Christopher Walken, Jennifer Lopez, Danny Glover, again working with Woody Allen and Sharon Stone. You know any of these animated movies are going to do big numbers, and Stallone was good in it. Let's take a look at a new decade, starting in 2000 with the 1972 Michael Caine remake by the same title, Get Carter. Now what's cool is he actually got Michael Caine to be in this movie, and pretty much anything Michael Caine's in is good, so I liked it. It was awesome. You know, Sly's getting pretty old at this point, still in good shape. Mickey Rourke, he paid him out of his own pocket, Sly did. Mickey Rourke couldn't get work at the time. Now we know him from, you know, Sin City and other movies, revitalized his career. Again, teaming with Rennie Harlan in 2001 was Driven. Race car movies, still pretty good, I thought. I liked it. 2002 was I See You. A lot of European fans might know it under the title Detox, which it was released there. Also in 2002 was Avenging Angelo. Now in 2003, director Robert Rodriguez got him to re-team with Antonio from Assassins, Spy Kids 3D, in this huge smash movie. Shade, 2004. Look at that. Jamie Foxx, Melanie Griffith, Gabriel Byrne, all on the cover. Like, he played a wicked poker shark, and this movie got awesome reviews by like every critic. It's a great movie. 2006, the big comeback, Rocky 6. This was way better ending than 5. We got to see him in the ring. Look at the sick shape that like 61 or 62-year-old guy's in. It was awesome, just awesome. The new Rambo. Again, like the new Rocky, I was a little worried at first, but they both delivered. I mean, this Rambo's like all the others. It's got tons of action, everything you've come to expect from a Rambo movie. It delivered. So my final thoughts on Sly are, you know, this guy's a bodybuilder, a writer, a producer, a director, an actor. He's had his own TV show, The Contender, his own magazine, Sly. He's true inspiration because the older he gets, he doesn't let people deter him. He makes comeback after comeback. And that's why we